So I have a hard question for you.
Yeah.
Give me your top 5 comedians.
That is a very tough question. A challenge to our friendship, to be honest, Rodney.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'll say this for sure. So I have a lot, and it probably changes every 3 years. But I have
Okay, one second before you answer. If you want, you can do top 5 male, top 5 female. If you want, that's up to you.
That's good too. I like that.
Yeah.
I have a very deep love for Maria Bamford.
Okay.
A very deep admiration for her. Sarah Silverman, I think, is just so smart, so herself. Like, she really, probably like second generation female comic of saying whatever the fuck she wants to say.
Yes.
And so I have deep admiration for these 2 comics in particular, right? Those are my forever loves. Beyond them is a really hard question because it changes a lot. There's so many people that I think are so hilarious. And then it's like new versus old comics too. Like there's so many. Like there's this newer, just in terms of decades. Rodney Funches, I think his last name is, or Funks, and he's so hilarious. And I every time I watch him, I just die laughing. Same with Godfrey, he's so hilarious. Big fan. And Gina Yashere, I think some people pronounce it Yashir. Every time I watch her, it's just pure gold. I'm just like, mwah. And then my last 2, okay, so I've gone over the 5 limit, which throw in 2 more comics that I just deeply admire, Tig Notaro and Michelle Buteau.
Okay, cool.
There's like a group of some comics that I think I also just like, I've read all their books, I've watched all their podcasts, I've seen all their stand-up, and so like there are those comics that I deeply connect to because I've also like read their stories. But yeah, I don't know, that's a very brief list.
Cool.
I'll probably think about in 20 minutes and want to reevaluate.
That's a great list though.
Okay.
Honestly, that's a great list.
So, what's your stand on comics stealing jokes?
Never steal a joke. I'll say this, I say never steal a joke. That's just like a hard and fast rule. I'll tell people just like a little insider scoop that sometimes you happen to write the same joke as someone, and that is totally normal. I actually happen to be this weekend, I have a joke where I say, my boyfriend and I are in couples therapy and I'm actually winning. That's the whole joke. Very simple. Also, not a novel idea. This weekend, I saw a 21-year-old comic, never met before in my life. He's probably never seen my joke. He had the word for word same joke, just swap out boyfriend for fiance. Word for words. It happens, right? So there's that. And then there's writing with people. When you write in a partnership, you have to be honest with each other and either say things like you can have this. Like I wrote, like if someone laughs at, if you're writing a bit, Melissa, and you're like, I think teachers are smelly, and I go, smelly, how about stinky? And you're like, oh, that's so good. Then I say, you can have it, right?
Right.
That is me giving you permission to take that, and also me revoking the right to say it on stage. So there's like that kind of honesty. But yeah, no, you should never ever steal a joke. I mean, you're also not going to grow from, I mean, I guess you will grow from that. There's a lot of famous comics who steal jokes, but you're not going to grow emotionally from that, right?
Yeah.
Or intellectually.
I mean, you can lose your career too because, I mean, it might be too old for you, but there was a guy, Carlos Mencia. He pretty much like lost everything because of stealing jokes, allegedly. You know what I mean?
I remember that,
Yeah.
Is he a no-go anymore? I don't even look him up. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
Seen him.
he's doing small comedy club, but from being like doing arenas to
Right.
to doing some random small club, small
Right.
town. That's
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
that's falling hard from grace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's almost non-existent anymore in terms of the really worldly comedy.
I mean, but to be fair though, to be honest, he had other jokes. Like he's still funny to these days.
Right.
But because of
That's why I'm like, why are you stealing? You're fun. Like, okay, and I'm nowhere near anywhere this sphere of comedians. I have heard that Amy Schumer has stolen a lot of jokes. This is like the rumor mill. I don't know if it's true. I have no idea. But I will say, like, I'm like, there's no way she's not naturally funny in other ways. Because I laugh at a lot of the stuff she says. So
Right.
why would she ever, if she does steal stuff, I'd be like, Amy, why are you doing that?
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so are you do you do anything else besides like talking about, I mean, would you get into politics with your jokes or sports or current event?
Oh, like other subject matters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, whatever, sure. Yeah, whatever sparks a joke in me is totally fine. Like, I have right now, my boyfriend and I are in the process of adopting a baby.
Oh.
And yeah, which is so exciting. And so I have a lot of jokes on parenting, even though I've never parented. And I have jokes on the adoption process. I have a lot of jokes on literature, which just like sounds really stupid when you say it out loud.
It does not sound stupid.
Well, just like, so I have jokes on like my two big literary jokes are, one of them is about the books that get banned, and the irony behind
Florida.
that. Say that again, sorry?
No, I said Florida.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot in Florida. And then I have a joke on the Old Testament and how crazy the Old Testament is. And so I'm trying to think if I veer out. I mean, a lot of it is about my life, but it's a lot of then, yeah, what I'm reading and what else do I talk about? I guess like my childhood and being Jewish. Sometimes I talk about. I don't have a ton of Jewish jokes, but it's getting there. But I have some on that. It's hard to connect to people on that.
Mm-hmm.
There are not a lot of Jews in the room. Like, I'll actually say to the room, I'll be like, oh, who's Jewish here? And it's like usually me. And maybe sometimes it's one other person. It depends on the show. So in DC, in this area, or when I travel south and west, there's just not a lot. That's just a numbers game.
But the thing is that the thing is, I mean, even though that you're Jewish, is it? Don't you? You don't want to say too much things about it. You don't get canceled either before you even started.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. You definitely have to be careful. I mean, I think I come from a place where I'm not often making fun, even in my heart, of who people are, so hopefully it doesn't often come across that way, because for me, I want to teach people about Judaism. People have a very minimal education because it's now a very statistically small community.
Right.
And so it's often coming from a place of that, and more looking at the ironies behind how we live and what we know, and not it's funny to be Jewish because blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to take a cheap joke about Jews being wealthy and Jews control. Sometimes that slips up, but it's what is that value to me to make a cheap joke? I don't want to be known for a million cheap jokes. I want to be known for 3 amazing jokes.
Yeah.
So you know, but you're right, you have to be careful. Oftentimes I'll like run jokes by friends, especially if it so like for my adoption jokes, I have 2 friends in comedy who were adopted as infants, and I'll talk to them about it, and they're really open with me about how they feel. And I wouldn't, if they say anything that even goes, I'm like, okay, nope, it's out.
Yeah.
Like, that's not for me. I don't need to hurt a person's feelings because I'm saying something ignorant. Like,
right. So
yeah.
Do you run a lot of your jokes past your partner? I'm like, does he help with some of that process, or no? Okay.
No, he is a big goofball, but he is not known for having the clever wit that I require for my jokes. We always say like he gets like 1 good joke a month, that he'll say something and I'm like, holy shit, that's so funny, like once a month.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so do you take that joke on the stage with you?
I don't. I've only taken one of his jokes.
Okay.
That he's given me, that we kind of came up with together, like through a conversation, kind of. And I barely use it because it's another Jewish joke that like, and he's not Jewish, but we were talking about the Holocaust, and he made this joke that I was just dying at. But really, like there's comics that I trust, and I run my jokes by them. There's a really lovely comic in Richmond who I'm very close with, and I really love her, named Amber, and I run a lot of jokes by her because I also, not only is she like culturally aware, but she's so funny. So like kind of that.
Cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
So what's next for Joey? Like what's in the pipeline for you?
What is in the pipeline? I think what's in the pipeline is me trying harder to get internet traction.
Okay.
With my jokes, not with any like no sketch videos or anything like that, but just trying to actually put up videos myself. This is something I'll say to you guys that I don't often say, but I really struggle with I have body dysmorphia, and it's very hard for me to look at videos of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say that, I mean it'll ruin my week. It'll ruin everything, and it's a psychological thing. I've been through a lot of surgeries. I've been through a lot. We're working on it, but it is hard, and I believe that is the core reason why I don't post anything. Is because I have trouble accepting who I am. And I don't know if, I know other comics struggle with that. I don't know to what extent, but I know it's a thing. So I'm trying to love myself more so that I can build an internet presence so that I can reach more people and have the ability to travel more with a little bit more credibility.
Okay.
I would say, so I struggle with that immensely. This YouTube channel was Rodney's idea. He had a YouTube channel before, and then we decided to do this together in January. I struggle with the sound of my voice. I struggle with the look on camera, in pictures, anything like that. Get you a Rodney, because it's not that he ever forced me to do anything that I didn't want to do, but he encourages the process of it so much that it overcomes that sense of dread of watching myself on film. So I do all the descriptions, we come up with the content together, we come up with questions together, we do all that together. He does all the editing, so I don't have to stare at myself for hours and hours and hours. He does that. But I do, he calls me the quality control, because I watch the final edit and then I write all the descriptions and all the page stuff. So not all of it, but a lot of it. And it forces me to kind of get past that in some ways. So yeah, find you a Rodney.
So what I was gonna say to you too, ask your boyfriend if he can not handle your IG account, but like be the one that posts most of your videos. That way, like if he go to watch you perform, he can do like a 5 minutes clip or 3 minutes clip. He can do it and post it. That way, he pushes you out, and until you can get better at it. I mean, to be fair, you're a beautiful woman, so you shouldn't be ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed. You know?
And that's what I'm thinking about you. I'm like listening to Melissa, and I'm like, what do you have to worry about? You're so amazing in and out. Like it's so beautiful to talk with you here, and but it's this. It's like it's sometimes when that's hard to hear.
Maybe it's a guy thing because I have a heavy accent. And I'm an overweight guy. I think I'm the shit.
But that's also like an amazing cultural thing. Like being, like, you were in the Caribbean.
Yes.
The size you are, the length of your hair, all that stuff is so different.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Like I don't remember. I can't remember the comic I was listening to recently, but he was like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just living in the wrong country. Like, you know, big women live here, short, bald women live there, blah, 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 blah. And it's so true because there's no such thing as objective beauty. It just doesn't exist. That's not a thing. And so it's so unfortunate that we have a hard time, but I'm glad that you're finding ways to move forward because your voice deserves to be heard. Like your guys' channel, your connection with people from an unbiased as possible point of view is so critical to the human connection. So I'm glad that we bring it up and we talk about it because I think every little time I talk about it, and it's like a brick by brick, right? I'm building my house, and one day I'll have the whole house,
right? And
so it's tough, but it's so nice to connect with you on it.
No,
it's nice to hear that Rodney has no confidence issues whatsoever.
None.
So, Mo, thank you for coming here with us, man. We truly appreciate it. I know you have to go, but